rapidly changing as we move further into the unknown. We faced system failures and harsh turbulence as we passed through the rift. A bit hard to recall as it was difficult to stay conscious.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for checking out my latest video about Grace Under Pressure. I'm really excited about it too, and I've told many of you in the comments that it was like 2 in the morning, and I didn't even think to, I didn't even bother to. It was late. I did not go look up the price. I did not actually go to Backstage Club. We read the Rush website, but I didn't go there. So I don't know, is that really an apology? Do I need to apologize? I didn't mention the price. Yeah, there's a level of sticker shock there, isn't there? Just a little sticker shock because, yeah, it's like $300, $375 for the really big one, these massive box sets for the 40th anniversary of Grace Under Pressure. A lot of you have justifiably so said, hey, one guy put it best. Do I get Grace Under Pressure or do I buy groceries? That really sums it up. For a lot of us, it sums it up. A few of you said, I pre-ordered it, I'm good to go, and you were thrilled. That's excellent too. However, I have this one thing to say, and I want to go into this in further detail in an upcoming video. I want to talk about more of this. The general sticker shock of the state of the music world. We experienced it with the 40-something tour, and now with this Grace Under Pressure box set. I know for me personally, I've been waiting a long time for this. So I was a little disappointed. Obviously, I was a little disappointed by the price. So let's talk more about this, guys. Keep watching that video. Check that out. But here tonight, we are here for another reason. So back in July, I received an email from a guy in India who has a prog rock group from India. And he wanted me to check out his music. And he wrote, "Hi there. Greetings from India. I hope you're doing well. My name is Akin Saxena. Man, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And I make prog music under the band name Man-Akin. I came across your YouTube channel, and it's great to see you checking out and talk about Rush stuff in all your videos. I thought I should send you some of my music in case you'd like to check it out. And here's a few links." So he sends me the links for Nuclear, Kosmos, and the Rift. He sums it up by saying, "I hope you like it. And I would really much like to know what you think. Cheers. Aham or Aham. I think it's probably Aham. Again, apologies if I got that wrong." And they are also on Instagram. So guys, check them out. It is Man-Akin Band. It's on Instagram. And so it's Man-Akin, like Anakin Skywalker. Man-Akin. So Man-Akin. And they're also on YouTube as well. So that was July. And dude, I am sorry it's taking so long. My only excuse is this. I've been busy. But that's not a good excuse. I made you a promise. I wrote you back and I said, dude, not only that, I love that you reached out to me. I'm just kind of paraphrasing my response to him. I love that you reached out to me, and let me talk about your channel, your music, your songs on my channel. It would be my honor because I wanted to reward this guy. And I don't mean that some kind of stupid way. I mean, like, I like to reward people who are brave enough and who will reach out and try to seize their own destiny. And maybe he thought this was part of it. He's trying to get his name out there. And I love that. So, Man-Akin from India, we are going to check out the song. We're going to check out Nuclear. And this is why this pertains to all of us Rush fans. I want to know what you think. Please tell me what you think, because there's part of this song that is so reminiscent of a song off of Permanent Waves. It happens to be Natural Science. Here we go, guys. Can you hear it? You guys hear that? Yeah. Bass line.
It was 7 in the morning when the sky exploded, and Gerald decided it was finally time to call in sick.
All right, so check this out. Very active bass line. And I'd love to know the band lineup here. I looked for a website before I came to do this video, and I couldn't find one. I found the Facebook page. Man-Akin is there. Of course, they're on Instagram. I know where you guys are from. I saw some of the users on your Facebook where it has like what are your names, and so I assume like these are the band members that are members of the Man-Akin Facebook page. However, I don't know details. I'd love to know details. So, dude, from Man-Akin who wrote me, Aham, dude, send me another email. I want to know band lineup. Let me know some more details. That'd be great. So, really active bass line, reminiscent of Rush. Definitely reminiscent of Rush, but also that bass line is just it's. But then on top of that are these kind of soaring keyboard parts, right? And I'm digging it. I like it. So my response, man, is I like your music. And here's the thing. Even though it's been since July, I haven't stopped following you. When you put out new music and I see you on Instagram and I get alerted to your videos on YouTube, I have watched them. I've checked them out. In the back of my mind, I'm going, dude, Eric, go make that video, which is what we're doing now. Let's continue on. Here we go. As you can see, there's a spoken word story here. Love it. Let's keep going. Guitar is taking over this part now, right? All right, so now what I'm hearing is both bass and guitar are doing that riff simultaneously. All right, drums keeping up. Here we go. Today in 2026 and for a long time, this is refreshing. All right. To hear now an entire section with almost an acoustic sounding guitar, right? Or at least a clean electric. And that's refreshing. All right. We're not just cycling. We're getting kind of the same riff, but it's a different voice of the same riff, a different voice speaking that line. And it's pretty cool. Piano's jumping in now too. Love it. Now, obviously, I hear it too. We're hearing this same line, the same riff over and over. Okay. All right. They are doing their best. Let's just say it sounds refreshing. All right. We're adding new voices, we're adding new lines, new textures along the way. That's clearly the core of the song. And if it is reminiscent of Rush, that's a pretty darn good core to start with. So I just want to say I hear it too. Okay. I'm hearing the repetition, but it's not repetition for its sake. They're doing it in different ways. I'm giving you guys the benefit of the doubt. Here we go. The suspense. The piano's adding some different color to that there. This part, definitely reminiscent of Rush, right? A few different time signatures along the way there, I think. Like it. That was Nuclear by Man-Akin. And pretty cool, right? Do you guys like it? Let me know in the comments. More importantly, yeah, drop me a comment. That'd be great, because I know he will be reading these, right? Man-Akin will be reading these. So please let him know what you think, whether you like it. Does it sound kind of like Rush? Whatever you want. Just give him a shout out. But more importantly, and just as important, go to their YouTube page. And if you guys are digging this, subscribe. All right? Help these guys out. This is Man-Akin, or Man-Akin. Man, I've probably been saying that wrong the whole time. Again, apologies, guys. Believe me, I'm not this stupid in real life. Here we go. This is Kosmos, Part 2. In 1970, mankind dared to venture into the unknown, propelling a spaceship into the depths of what lies beyond our terrestrial boundaries. Regrettably, akin to numerous stellar attempts made before, this ship too, with 3 intrepid astronauts, succumbed to the cosmic abyss, never to be found of again. Until now. A faint signal breaks through the void, bearing a message from space. And the voice it carries belongs to that of the astronauts of that long-lost expedition, David. Loving the guitar work there in the beginning. Okay, first of all, Kosmos Part 2. Love the title. Secondly, interesting aspect ratio, right? That's not even 4:3. That is a square. So it's not 16:9. It's not 4:3. That is a perfect square. Third, that is one of the deep space photos from one of our deep space satellites, telescopes. You know, that orbit Earth, or that we send out into space. Point is, I love this kind of photography. It blows my mind what these interstellar telescopes send us and the images they've been sending us. If you haven't seen them, go to NASA or do some Google searches for Hubble and related telescopes, the deep space telescopes. Mind-blowing. And to think that, Man-Akin, you guys are into this too. Love it. Okay, I'm a huge space nerd, sci-fi, you know me. It's why I love Rush. And I've said quite enough. Let's go, Kosmos, Part 2. Real quick, hearing this stereo in my headphones, great. I love the sound mix. I'm hearing different parts at different places. And anyway, sonically, this is very pleasing. Let alone, it's just kind of a beautiful sound so far, right? Really mellow. So let's check it out. Here we go. Yeah. Sounds.
Through the last phase and entered space beyond our knowledge. The year as I speak is 2041, and rapidly changing as we move further into the unknown. We faced system failures and harsh turbulence as we passed through the rift. A bit hard to recall as it was difficult to stay conscious through the journey. It felt like a lifetime of sleep. A strange coincidence of a recurring dream during the blackouts. Strangely, all 3 of us had the same dream. We all saw someone in outer space. It was a boy with a white electric guitar. It seemed like he wanted to tell us something. He wanted to say things out loud. And he did.
Dude, I love that. these astronauts that go through the rift, they're lost out there. They had the same dream, and they, again, so many echoes from Neil Peart lyrics, from Rush music. Okay, the sci-fi elements, the somewhat, the fantasy type elements. This boy in space with a white electric guitar. I mean, that's right up my street, guys. I love this kind of stuff. So anyway, loving it so far, Man-Akin. Let's go.
With his guitar.
Okay, I was gonna wait for the solo to be over for me to mention this, but it's a long solo. It's good. Again, the fact that these guys are making this kind of music today, I love it. The world is full of so much garbage. We're moving to so much AI garbage. The fact that these guys are making real music, though, that's echoing back to the stuff that we love, the Pink Floyd, right? The Rush, the Yes, even hints of Dream Theater, okay, with the last song. Yeah, guys, please check these guys out. If you're digging this, please go subscribe, go follow, buy music when you can. Go check out Man-Akin. It's just, we need to reward those who are trying to make real art, right? Who are playing real music with real instruments and writing their own stuff. Guys, let's support them. If you're digging it, do it, please. Let's go. Here we go. That was kind of cool. Little wisps of Boston, only in that Brad, right, loved to double his guitar, right? Play and that one part, just heard it, right? I could hear another one like an octave above, or a fifth above, or whatever. Da, 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 da. All right. Anyway, just love that kind of stuff, right? Mirroring the guitar parts. Look, I know it's just overdubbing, all right? It's fine. But it's an extra texture, and I dig that. Man, I'm such a huge Boston fan. My goodness, right here on my desk, an original cassette of Boston. Recently, when I was editing a crap load of videos, right, the only album I'd be spinning was Boston Third Stage, which I really want to talk about soon. I love Third Stage. It is my favorite Boston album. But enough about Boston. Let's get back to the Kosmos and Man-Akin. Here we go. I know this one part, okay? I know that could be 100 different guitar players, and 100 different guitar players can play that. However, those particular notes played in that style reminds me a lot of Eric Johnson, okay? I'm just looking for sonic clues. Huge Eric Johnson fan. I've been talking to you guys in the comments about Eric Johnson, and that's one of my major bucket lists, huge, to see Eric. And one of you guys out there said, dude, I've seen him 7 times or something like that, but 11 to 12 times. And I'm like, oh, come on. Anyway, one of my goals in life is to see Eric Johnson before he or I die. It's definitely bucket list stuff. All right, here we go. Listen. That kind of jangly, like. All right, come on. This left channel, my left ear, really distorted keyboard part, followed by another one over here, right? They're both digging the mix right in the middle. Okay, so both these guys are going right, somewhat distorted, another keyboard, but in the middle both is a third keyboard. That's cool. I like this. Big aside, sorry to pause it, but this just reminds me, and we once in a while, can't talk, a lot of us in the comments have mentioned this, me and my friends have mentioned this occasionally, to where there is such a different sonic experience to listening to something with good headphones. All the time I'm listening to stereo with sub, right? 2.1. That's most of the time how I listen to my stereo clips, my subwoofer. Excuse me. But to listen with the headphones, to hear those nuances of the mix, just like I did, right? Kind of a distorted keyboard on the left, another higher, cleaner kind of keyboard in the right, and then down the center, both was another kind of floating keyboard, right? To hear that mix, headphones, man. I know people wear AirPods all the time, but these are darn good headphones. All right, here we go. Probably shaking the camera as I drum on the desk. It's hard not to. Love the organ kind of sound there. Here we go. Giving credit to where they got the image. Excellent. Edits, recoloring, motion graphics by Mr. Ahem Saxena. Sir, that's a young man who wrote me. Again, assuming he's young. I mean, heck, that's an easy gamble given how old I am. He's probably younger than I am. I hope I didn't interrupt too much. That is Man-Akin. I hope I'm saying that correctly now. I've been wanting to say just Man-Akin, as in like Anakin Skywalker, but Man-Akin. And a big clue was, again, in the very story in this, right? In the Kosmos story. When you use that word, it made me think that maybe that's... Okay, let's not get too off track here. What do you guys think? Are you digging it? Are you liking it? Let us know in the comments. If you are liking this and you're digging this script, or you're liking this music and you want to hear more, please go follow these guys on YouTube. Check them on Instagram. Follow them there. Guys, it's been an honor, and I do apologize for taking so long. July. Sorry. But we're here now. One other thought that I had, especially as I listen to Kosmos, right? This song took its time. And in that, it lets it breathe. Okay, it's not just a slow burn, it lets it breathe as if you are traveling through the depths of space. And even if you're going at the speed of light, it still takes a bloody long time to travel through space. Space is so massively huge that we cannot begin to comprehend its size and how big it truly is. And boy, do I have theories on that as to why it's so big and why it's still churning and creating galaxies and stars are doing what they do and black holes. The universe is so called expanding and all that stuff. That's a conversation for another day, but let's just sit back and marvel at its grandeur. And when you hear music like this, that is clearly written as, quote, space rock, it's the hashtag of the song, then it does its job. And I enjoy that so much. Man-Akin or Man-Akin, guys, check them out. Let me know what you think. I'd love to know. It's been a pleasure and an honor. Thank you, Aham. I'm probably butchering your name. Thank you, dude from India with Man-Akin. Thank you for contacting me. That took a lot of guts, meaning just to reach out. And it's been my honor to check out your music and share this with the Loudboy Nation out here. It's been a great time. Guys, I will see you again. Check out my new videos. I have Alex Life's and I have the Fear series about all the 4 parts of the trilogy, and my latest video about the 40th anniversary of Grace Under Pressure. Another video is coming soon. And anyway, guys, thanks again. I could go on and on and on, and if you let me, I will. So please stop me. Stop me before it gets ridiculous. I'm Eric. This is the Loudboy Experience. And you guys, go boldly to nowhere. Oh, frick, I messed that up. Guys, have a good night.